welcome or welcome back. My name is Sophie and I do videos about weight loss, infertility, and some vlogs sometimes. Today's video is an infertility update, and I usually don't post infertility updates this often because just a couple of videos ago I posted my IUI experience for IUI number 2. So it really hasn't been that long, but since I do have updates, I thought that I would share those with you guys and keep you guys in the loop. So after my last IUI, I ended up not pregnant. So that was a few weeks ago, and I'm not pregnant right now. We were really hopeful for that IUI, but it just didn't work out. And I think that with infertility, after years of trying to conceive, it doesn't really shock you anymore when you end up not pregnant. So I think I would be much more in shock if I did end up pregnant. Either way, we're taking the news pretty good. I'm not absolutely devastated that we're not pregnant yet. It's all good. It's our journey. It's meant to happen this way. It's gonna be different for everybody. Some people get pregnant on their IUIs, but I don't think that's gonna be the path for us, but it might. What's tough with not getting pregnant with our second IUI is that I find a lot of women actually get pregnant with their second IUI. Not necessarily the first time, but the second time around, I feel like the chances are higher. And I know of a lot of people in my family's lives that have gotten pregnant with their second IUI compared to their first IUI. So I was a little more optimistic with my second IUI, especially since, I don't know, things seem to go really well with the treatment itself. But like I said, here we are, not pregnant. Coming out of our second IUI, me and my husband needed to have that conversation of whether we would go forward with a third IUI or if we would skip right to IVF. Because after 2 failed IUIs, you start to question whether it's the right path for you, especially because our doctor had told us back in December that of course IVF had higher chances, and that's just generally, but especially with me who has an issue with one of her tubes. So because I have that issue, obviously IVF is like the obvious choice, and we still wanted to try IUI based mostly on a financial decision, but also the fact that we felt like if we went straight to IVF, we would always feel like, what if we could have gotten pregnant with IUI and spent way less money? So for us, it was worth it to explore IUI. But after that second IUI didn't work, I felt like we needed to have that conversation again to know if it was worth it to us to go forward with a third IUI. The thing with my husband, it was kind of the same with the first and the second, just that what if situation. Like, what if we could get pregnant on our third IUI and we spend $15,000 to $18,000 on IVF compared to $1,000 on IUI. On top of that, I think we're both very much aware of how much IVF will probably take its toll on my body and our emotional health. And it's a lot of money, and you need to be ready for it. And I think just right this second, my husband isn't necessarily ready. So we have decided to go forward with our third IUI. We did, however, decide also to skip this month of treatment. So I'm currently going through an unmedicated cycle just because I felt like we needed the break. And I also felt like I'd be ovulating on the left side where my blocked tube is. And I know I can still get pregnant even if I'm ovulating on that side, but I always want to give it the best chance possible. So we are waiting until next month and hoping that I am ovulating on the right. It's never a guarantee. You don't always ovulate like right, left. But statistics shows that a lot of women do. So with that being said, we're currently skipping a cycle, and we will be doing our third IUI in the summer. This summer, when we do our third IUI, I do plan on vlogging the whole thing just like I did with my first and second IUIs, because I do want to share that experience and I want to keep you guys up to date. So I will be doing that as well. In terms of the whole IVF thing, my priority when we decided to go forward with a third IUI was to get ahead and make a follow-up appointment with our doctor for either August or September to discuss IVF and get that moving, because he gets booked up really fast. So if we were to wait until the end of our third IUI to book an appointment with him, we probably would have only been able to get in with him like November, December, and I just am not willing to wait that long. So even though we don't know if we'll get pregnant with our third IUI, we still went ahead and booked an appointment for IVF at the end of August. At that appointment, they will basically explain why IVF is the right path for us, if we're doing a fresh or frozen cycle based on previous treatments and my blood tests and stuff. Also, we'll need to get some new blood tests done for certain things, not everything. And then on top of that, that's when I get put on a wait list. They didn't used to have a wait list, but because of COVID, they are so backed up. So basically, after you have your IVF appointment with the doctor and all your file looks good and everything, you're put on a mock wait list. So before you can do IVF, they do need to do a mock cycle, just to make sure that everything looks good and stuff. So you get put on a wait list after your appointment, and then right now, I think the wait list can take up to like 6 to 8 months. From what I've seen, I think they're getting through it slightly quicker than they were a few months ago, but I'm expecting to get a call for my mock in like November and December, which would put our IVF cycle probably in the spring of 2022 or like late winter. So that's kind of what's happening right now, is we are moving ahead technically with IVF. In the middle of that, doing our last IUI cycle, and then we'll be put on a wait list. My plan to keep you guys updated, like I said, is to vlog my third IUI, but I will also be talking about our IVF appointment in August and keeping you guys up to date with that, sharing what it's like. If you think you'll be heading to IVF or that's where you're at right now, I want to share everything, my whole experience with that appointment, because I know that it's probably super overwhelming as an appointment. I am already nervous for it, just to discuss like everything in my file and for him to tell us like what's going on with us, because he really reviews everything. And one thing that I am slightly afraid of is that he'll want me to head into surgery for my block tube before we do IVF, which would back us up even more. And also it's just surgery, so it's not necessarily something that I really want to do. But that's kind of the gist of what's happening right now. So really, we're learning to be patient throughout this whole infertility journey. It's honestly the longest journey I've ever been on. I feel like it's just dragging on and on without us actually ending up with a baby in our arms, but I know that eventually we will. It's just taking longer than I think anybody anticipated. Anytime I talk to like my family and friends, are like, you're still, going through this, like not in a bad way, but they just are so shocked at how backed up our clinic is and how COVID really affected things. And it really is truly been made worse by COVID. Like if COVID wasn't a thing, I feel like I'd already been through IVF. I probably would have a child right now. Like it's been backed up so much. So anyway, that is my quick little update. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting me. And I know some of you are new on this channel, and I want to say welcome. If you guys are new to my channel completely and haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a like. I post new videos every 4 days, and I'd love to have you on this channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!